I'm Kyra.
And I'm Lauren.
And we are Piezoelectric.
Alright, so we started with an entire new project, which is basically to build two different piezoelectric generators. The first one is right here, which I will explain later, but basically lights up an LED light. And then our second one, which we're planning on starting within the next week, is going to be basically that, but implemented into a tennis shoe. So when you walk, you can charge your cell phone with it. And then the definition of the piezo effect is basically when you just creating energy by pressing one of these, and like adding stress to it. And then we've made some contacts, which one of them helped us more than the other, but she will talk about that later. And we got all of our supplies together, like the breadboard, the diodes, the switch, and so many more. And then we actually started our project. Alright, so the evidence we have is the first thing we did was we bought our breadboard and we put the diodes on it, which are these, and that's the breadboard. And then we also hooked up the electric capacitor. Those were our first few steps, but then we put everything else on it with our other supplies like the wires and the piezo element. And then we also had emails back and forth, which I mentioned earlier, and our final product, which is right here, where basically when you press these, it will create enough energy, which we are storing in the electric capacitor. Then you turn on this switch and then the LED light is supposed to light up. However, we've fallen short a little bit because it's not creating enough energy yet, and we're trying to troubleshoot that and figure out what we can do. Because like the LED light works, but it's not working on this, so we have to figure out if we need to try a different design or just add more of these little elements to get more energy.
We contacted this guy named Angelo because he's done the same thing that we're working on right now. He never ended up getting back with us, so we looked more into it and we found his instructions on how he built the piezoelectric shoe. And then our other contact was Soul Power. They did end up getting back to us, but they said that they didn't work with piezoelectric, so we just kind of dropped them. Our future goals.
Alright, so for March and February too, because that's when we actually started this project, was to start with our LED light generator and finish it, which it's sort of finished, but like I said, there's still some problems that we have to look into. And then our second goal was to start our implementing it into our shoe, which I said earlier we are doing within the next week. And that would be a picture of basically what it would look like, because in the sole right here will be the elements and the diodes and everything like it needs to create energy, and then a wire will come up out of it like that and then into a power bank, and then you'll just have to plug in an iPod or an iPhone and like strap it to your ankle and then just walk around and it will charge. And then that is a picture of what ours looks like. The only thing different is they have, this is an LED strip, and we just have a little one on the end of this. So that's the only difference from it.
So by the end of April, we want to be able to finish our shoe, and then we want to finish our research paper, and also we have to think about who we want our audience to be. And with Ms. Beck's help, she said that maybe Radio Shack, we could look into that and have them be our audience because they know a lot, so we could ask them a lot of questions and they could just help us out a lot.
And our last goal for the year will be in May, and that's basically just to get our, like everything wrapped up together into our presentation, make sure all the problems are gone and everything works properly so we can look professional when we go and present it to hopefully Radio Shack if they say yes. But we're planning on the one in Owasso, as Mrs. Beck said, they're nicer than the ones in the malls. That's it. Any questions?